Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Fraternal from James Sinclair. So, as is typical, I guess, for. Yeah, I'm actually going to double check what I'm about to say, because normally I think I actually post them on Tuesday morning. And yes, it is Tuesday morning. Alright, okay, never mind. So, as has become traditional on Tuesday morning, I essentially tend to post maybe one, maximum two puzzles from James Sinclair's fantastic artisanal Sudoku series, depending on how approachable the first one is. Yes, this is going to be a late video, so for you guys in the UK, that might mean you're not doing it just before you go to work. It may be the case that you're seeing this, maybe solving it at lunchtime. And I guess for you guys in the US, that would also mean that potentially you're seeing this after you've woken up as opposed to just as you're going to bed. Apologies for that, just couldn't be helped. But better late than never. Now, the word fraternal to me immediately tells me like fraternal twins. So this is kind of what we have in here, is essentially two people that look very similar, but they're not. They're just siblings. And, just to really clearly identify the fact that they are different, you've got different colors. You've got one that is, I guess, man and one woman. And they are twins. And somehow, for some reason, they look at each other as if there's some kind of inside joke between them that Sleuth really doesn't get, and he's looking very confused in the middle. Not particularly unusual if you guys know some twins. Anyway, enough of this introduction, and apologies for the belated video. Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule sets from James Sinclair with Fraternal by James Sinclair. And the following set of rules. So first one is normal Sudoku rules apply. That means place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Then we have clones. The shaded regions contain the same digits in the same relative position. So if this cell here is a 2, then I imagine that this cell here would be a 2. Essentially, that's one region. That's the second, come on, region. And wherever the relative positions are, they have to be the same. So this is going to be quite interesting, actually, and I guess very much a reference to the title Fraternal. Killer cages, the sum of the digits inside each cage must equal to the small number in the top left corner. So my 2 example here, that would mean that this cell is 8, for example. That would make sure that these 2 cells are up to 10, these 2 are 9, these 3 are 17, etc., etc. What else can I see? Arrows. So the sum of the digits along an arrow is equal to the digit connected circle. So if these cells are 1 and 2, for example, this would have to be a 3, because essentially whatever's the sum on the arrow must be inside the circle. These 3 cells will come up to a sum, it'll be in here, and these sum up independently. It's not the case that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different cells that are coming up to one sum. It means that this sum, you've got one set that add up to it, a second set that could be the same, and a third set. That's all the rules we have for today. As always, if you want to play along, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Now, what I notice in a bunch of these is a lot of these cages are 4s, such as this 1, 3. And because this is the same region, that means that these have to be 1, 3. And to get to 13, that is 4. So that has to be 9, that would have to be 9, that would have to be 2, that would have to be 2, and it's just going to collapse. 5, 6, 6, 4, 4 means 8, 8 means 1, 1 in here. We already knew that this was 7 and 9 to get to 16, and that is still the case in here. Right, that is a lovely break-in. I guess that does mean that these cells are also known. They are 7, 3 and 7, 4 and 7, 4 and 7. Nothing to disambiguate them. And then these 2 are also known. They are, I'm going to say 3 and 5. Now, both of these are helpful because 4 and 7 obviously gives me the 9, and then the 7, because clearly that can't be a 3, that would break the 3, 5, that would be 1, that would be 3. And we're kind of often racing. So I guess these 3 next. Just have a think about what they are. So they are 4, 7, and 8. Now, this can't be 4, So this is a pretty high digit. This would be a maximum of 1 or 2, depending on what this is, and this is 8 or 9. So the minimum would be 1, 7, and 8. The maximum would be 1, 8, or 2, 7 to get to 9. I don't think any of these digits are forced. You can't say that there is a forced 8 or there's a forced anything in here. So interesting. So I've done that. What's the equivalent? This is the equivalent. Let's have a look at this one. So this is 2, 5, 2, 3, 5. And this can't be 5. Yeah, I'm not quite getting the significance of what's going on in here. I'm not sure I should be. Like, let me just have a think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So like it's not forcing any digits in here. Yeah, I'm not getting that. Shall we have a think about this one? Yeah, so 3 digits that have to be because they're all in the same box. This would have to be 6, 7, 8, or 9, and it's not 8 or 9 or 6. It's 7. That is very helpful. This is 1, 2, 4. Come on, 4. That can't be a 1. There's a definite 1 in here. There's a definite 1 in there. And the 2 and 4 not resolved. These two cells have to be 3, 4. Sorry, I really do want to sneeze, but it keeps escaping me. So it can't be 1, 6. It can't be 2, 5. 3, 4 is the remaining option. Now that does mean that 4s are essentially knocked out of rows 2 and 3 because they kind of line up between these cells. And that means that this is a 1, 4 pair. Yep, still not getting significance of this. And the 1 and 3 in here means that's not 1, 6, that's not 3, 4, that is 2, 5. So in a way, we've got the 2s now knocked out of all of these, and this is a forced 2. So I had a forced 1 and a forced 4 this way. Why not here? What's different? You know, there's a lot of symmetry about this puzzle, but I'm not. I guess the arrow is shaped differently. Is that the main reason? It looks like it, yeah, because you've got more digits horizontally than you do vertically. No, I'm misspeaking here. I feel like I'm missing something that I should be able to add in there, but I can't quite see it for some reason. Right, what else do we want to see? I say see, I mean 9s, and that 9, obviously I can place a 9. It does mean that these two cells are known. They are 3, 6, no, 1, 3, 1 and 3. Means that there is a 3 in here. Should be able to complete this row or pencil mark this row. I've got 1, 2, 3. I need 4 and 6. 4 is already here, so that's 4. And this is a 3, 6 pair. These 3 are now known, and these 2 are now known, so we may as well pay attention to them. They are 2 and 5. This is 6, 7, 8. 7, 9. 7, 9 are all lining up, so this is a 7 in here. I may as well pencil mark this one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5, 6, and 8. Yeah, not seeing anything special there. Actually, the 3, 5 is special. That's not a 5. That is a 5. That does mean I should be able to pencil mark in 4 and 7. Even better, I can actually finally do some digits, not just pencil marks. 4 and 7, and a set of pencil marks in here. I need 2, 5, and 8, I'm going to say. No, not getting, oh, hang on, not 5. 6. Yeah, not getting the significance of that either. There's a lot of pencil marks, not a lot of digits suddenly. And I don't quite get why. You know, I keep thinking that suddenly there will be like a major break-in and suddenly all of these pencil marks are going to like fall in line, so to speak. And it's just not happening. Some of these line up, not really. Not really, not really. Yeah, not really. And, you know, the column pencil marking that looks like horrendous. Not sure I'm even going to try it. I'm just going to see if I can spot something that would make this a bit easier. I mean, it's got to be Sudoku like that 5, looking at a 2, 5. So that's 2, that's 5. Has that helped? Not really again. So what is this? So I have 2 of 7, 8, and 9 in here. And I have 2 of 1, 2, 3. So this has 1, 2, 3. 1 of 1, 2, 3. And obviously it's not a 2. So the 2 is down here, which means that's not a 2. That is a 2. And then I have 1 of 7, 8, 9. Yeah, not getting it. What about the opposite side? More Sudoku. Oh, hang on. 4 means not 4. 4 here. We already knew that 4 is one of these 2 cells anyway, so not particularly significant. What I am going to do is probably heavily pencil mark. Not my preferred approach, but I'm fairly sure I'm missing something that would make this highly approachable and solvable, but I just, for the life of me, can't see it. So I think we're kind of going to have to do this the hard way. Guess more of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that 1 and 4 are not here. That's not really substantial. 5 is in one of 2 cells. Again, not very useful. 1, 3, and 7, 8, 9. I mean, 1, 3, 4, 7, 1, 4. So 1 of 7, 8, 9. Maximum of a 7 in here. So that's 2 of them. So I need another high digit in here of 8 and 9 because it can't be 7. It's not feeling very useful. And then 1 of 8 or 9 in here. Interestingly, I'm not sure about what's going on with the 6s. How are we doing for time? Over 10 minutes. So we're not really going to look at the second puzzle at this point, given how slowly I'm solving this one. So maybe let's think about 6, 7, 8s. I need 2 more of them. So it's either in here or there. And I've got 1, 2, 4, and I need another one, a 5. Now, this 1, 4, and 5 can't be in here. So the question is the 2 there? The answer is no, because this is a 1, 2, 4 triple. So this is 6, 7, 8. And the 2 can't be in here. We already established that. So there is a 2 in one of these cells. This is a definite 1. That's a 3. That's a 1. This means that this is a 2, 4 pair, which gives me a 5 and 2. I made a mistake. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Let's try that again. So essentially I have a missing 1, 2, 4, 5, which can't be the cell because it's not 1, 2, 4, or 5. So that has to be a 6, 7, 8. Then I have two lots of 6, 7, 8s. I need a third one in here somewhere, plus again another 1, 2, 4, 5, and it's not 2 or 4. So it's really 1 of 1, 5, and a 6, 7, 8. And I did make a mistake. 6, 7, 8, not 9. Because immediately I said that's the 2, 4 in here, but that's not true. That could be a 2. So that was definitely a mistake. So I have 1 of 6, 7, 8 in here, another 6, 7, 8 in there. That can't be 7. But yeah, it's not enough again. Right, we'll keep pencil marking. So maybe it's this arrow that I need to be paying more attention to, and I'm just not using it enough to resolve things. That's maybe the challenge. So if it's 2, it's 7. If it's 1, it's 7 or 8, and this is still 8 or 9. If it's 1 and 7, that would be 4, that would be 4. So 1 and 7 is never possible, which means that has to be 9, because it's either 1 and 8 or 2 and 7. Otherwise I break the column, and therefore no 9's in here. And 9 is in one of 2 cells down there. It still gives me 2 options here, which is 1, 8, which would make this 4, 7, or this is 2, 7, which would make this 4 and 1. So in a strange way, we kind of have a virtual 1, 4, 7 triple. There's another 7 or 8 in here. Sorry, 2 or 8. And then another 3 or 6. Which I'm not quite seeing either. So 2, 8, 3, 6. 2, 8, 3, 6. Which removes the 2, 3 option. Does it? Nothing stops me from having 8 and 6, does it? If this is 8 and 6, that would be 3. That would be 7. That would be 2. So no, it doesn't remove the 2, 3 option. I'm just gonna pencil mark these for a second, just to kind of try and appreciate what this means. 2, 8, 3, 6. Now, the one thing that I've clearly not pencil marked is the 9, but I've got everything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's just the 9. Big deal. Now, remember I said something about there has to be a 7, 8, 9 and a 1, 2, 3. Well, we've used the 7 and 9, so the 8... Hang on, let me just finish that thought. I had 2 of 7, 8, 9 in here. I needed a third one in there. But nothing stops the 7 from being down here. So that isn't a valid conclusion. But this is one of the one. This is either 1, 3, or 8. That's a full set of pencil marks, which is giving me very little in return. And I forgot all about the fraternity. I'm so sorry. 7, 9, not 9, 9. 3 and 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. You guys must have been screaming your heads about this too. We're just gonna ignore the last few minutes of what I was doing here. 5 and 2 means 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, and then a third 6, 7, 8 with a definite 5. Have I actually fully solved this before I move on and stop wasting time? I think so. Have I used all that these have on offer? Not quite. Not quite. It means this is 6 or 8 because it's not 2. So that's 2 of 6, 7, 8. I need to have a 3 in here, which is in there. Then I need a 9. And I need my third 6, 7, 8. Now in the column, I've used all of them. That's a 9. Sorry, that's a 9. That's a 1, which gave me a 2, gave me a 7. Right, solutions. I think I just made this way harder for myself. This is not 3. These are a 1, 8 pair. That's an 8, not a 1. That's a 1. That's a 6. That's an 8. I think these are 5, 6 pairs. That can't be a 5. That's 6. That's other way around. 5, 6. That's 7 or 8. That's just 7. That's 8. These are not 8s. These are 7s, 6, 8s. Not quite seeing what's going on here. This can't be 7. No, these can't be 6, so that's 8. That's 6. That's 7. That's 6. That's 8. 8, 7. 7. I'm not seeing significance of 3, 6. That's 6. That's 3. That's 6. And that's 8. That's 4. Three, excuse me, just needed a second. 6, not 6, or 8, 2, and then if I've not made any other silly mistakes, that's the 8 for the finish. Yeah, sorry about kind of forgetting about one of the rules halfway through. That would have just immensely made this solve a lot easier than what I've actually just demonstrated to you guys. Hopefully you didn't forget about it. I imagine that when I'm going to read the comments, a few of you have as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video, and I'll see you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.